All right, everybody, good evening. Welcome. I'm so excited for tonight. You guys are in for a treat. We have Michele Zaragoza tonight, and she is one of my dear friends. We are both from the real estate world, but this woman will be one of the most driven women you'll ever meet in your life. She has a heart of gold. She's always, the biggest thing I would say about her, she always wants everyone to live their best life. She truly, truly embodies the saying, together we achieve more. And this woman, when I met her, I was in Monat, and she was someone who I knew had a really big real estate presence. And I thought, gosh, she'd be so good in this business. So I tried to get her in, and she wanted nothing to do with me. And so I'm going to let her share her story. But the main reason I wanted to just feature her tonight is because she is an MM on our team. She's a market mentor. She drives her caddy. She has an amazing team called Share with Abundance. And she has a really strong mindset, and I'm so in awe of how she leads her team. And she hit MM, you guys, without ever making a single public facing post. I don't know anyone that can say that. She's the only person I know of who's ever done this. So I just wanted her, because, you know, we all have virtual events and we're sharing our stories, and we are in a virtual world now, especially with COVID and quarantine. I thought, who better to share her testimony and some of her tips and tricks with you guys to help you build your business than Michele Zaragoza. So without further ado.
Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so honored that you asked me to present and share. So let's start off by that. I do want to say, yes, I was the one who said, Rachel, what are you doing? No way, no how, And Rachel and I do have a business relationship where she would come in and coach in all of my offices. And one day she just dropped off these samples. She's like, try these. I'm like, girl, I do not know how you have time to even think about doing something else. I do not want to even entertain this. And then lo and behold, I ran out of shampoo. This is like saying no. We're saying for at least 6 months, I was saying no to this. We ran out of shampoo, and I tried it. I was like, okay, not too bad. I like this. So I went on, you guys ready for this? I went on Amazon and I purchased some shampoo because I didn't want to get into all this. I was like, I don't know what Rachel's doing. Don't want to be a part of it. Let's stay focused. Well, then I'm a firm believer. You never lie, right? You just share. So she pops into my office again. She's like, hey, have you tried the shampoo? And I was like, yeah, I like it.
I was like, oh my gosh, great. She's like, I've been using it for a while. I'm like, how? I only give you a sample. She's like, no, I have full-size bottles. I'm like, who did you sign up under? And she's like, Amazon.
I know. I must die. I was so embarrassed to even share with you. And then of course, right then and there, I had to buy it because I felt like a schmuck, right? And then plus, what a difference of having the whole treatment versus a couple, the shampoo and just the conditioner. I was able to get a lot. Well, then what happened was I started using it, and my cousin, who is my productivity coach in one of my offices, says, what are you doing different about your hair? And all I can think of is, where's Rachel? Mm-hmm. Rachel put you up to stop in my office and say this. I thought for sure you were in the office, right? And then, of course, you weren't. And then she's like, Michele, this could be something really good. And I'm like, really? You really think so? And then she's like, yeah, I'll buy it. And then I'm like, you're not going to buy it from Rachel, you're going to buy it from me. And then so I need to figure out how this all works before you start buying. And then I'll never forget, the second person was Kathy Wooten. She said something. She's a realtor. And then I thought, okay, game over. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. So what I was afraid of is I don't know how to give 70% of myself. I either go all in or I'm all out. Mm-hmm. And I even told Rachel, I said, so I have a tendency to really fixate, and I want everything to just be really smooth and everybody reach all their goals. So what happened was it just snowballed. We started the private Facebook group. I'm going to back up. Let me back up. Is that okay?
Yeah, do your
thing.
Okay,
cool. So I'm a team leader for Keller Williams. I oversee Lodi, Stockton, and Tracy. That's 262 agents. So I was under the mindset, there's no way I would have time. I don't see how people, they could do this. However, we're always taught how to put in your calendar and your schedule, and it works. So I put it in my calendar to get up a little bit earlier, so I would be able to work this and see where it snowballs into. So what I do is I get up with my husband for the last 20 something years, right? Because I'm married. I have two beautiful kids. One is a senior over in Azusa Pacific, praying to God she gets to stay there and finish out our senior year instead of virtual. That would be horrible. And then she's applying for the master's program. However, I haven't.
Lululemon. So that's
Yes, she works for Lululemon, and Lululemon is Keller Williams and Monat. It's a training, coaching, leadership company.
Love it.
So it's so nice to see her growth in Lululemon. And she's me 100% because she's driven and she loves goals. She actually texted me not too long ago. She feels like she's making a difference for her team because they have pods. It broke my heart. Just amazing. I always cry. But anyways, and then I have, what was that?
Matthew.
And then there's Matthew. He's a sophomore at Stan State. He is going to be getting his teaching credentials for history, but he's a history teacher that rocks out. He plays 7 different instruments, and he's an amazing, amazing young man.
And one of the first things you told me was you wanted to help pay for your kids' college tuition.
Yes.
Like, you actually amazing to pay for kids' college tuition. I was like, you'll make more than enough money to pay for their college tuition.
And I love last week's paycheck. That was pretty amazing. So I never, ever thought this would happen, ever. And with the support of our groups, with the encouragement of our team, our tribe, it happens. It just happens. And the thing is, it's all about dedication and consistency. I'm a firm believer in that. If you're not consistent, your audience isn't believing you. They don't trust you. And if you're all in and all excited, and all of a sudden 2 weeks later you're not all in, they're not going to believe you.
Yep.
It's and it frustrates me watching it because I know what can happen to your life now. I'm living it without even really 100% jumping all in, because if I was able to do it, I would be public on every single group I could, right? But I have to be private, you guys, because of my position. I had to not share what I'm doing with my agents because I didn't want them to think I was losing focus on them. Mm-hmm. Right. So my goal
is she's in a leadership position with Keller Williams, and the people, her management basically said, we want you to stay focused. And Michele she's literally always hitting like how she ranks in money, but in her other world in real estate, she's always hitting goals for recruitment. And so like she has this mindset of success, but not everybody has the mindset of abundance. And so they were like, well, you can't focus on money because it's going to take away from your career. And so she said, I'm going to focus on money. So we created a game plan, right? You can have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. And so she created the private group.
Right. So let me share something. Every quarter we go over our goals, right? Which everybody should be writing their goals down, because if you don't see them, you're not going to achieve them. You have to write them down. So for Keller Williams, we wrote them down, and we can see my trend. You can always see in August, I trend down because my 2 kids are going to school. You guys, guess what? In August, #1 in Keller Williams, and that's the month I achieved my caddy. So don't ever tell me I can't do something. That's like the worst thing you can do. Because
actually, I like to tell you can't do something because I know then you will do something.
Yeah, I believe that's what my other friend from my other company says too.
Yeah.
So now I will never be low in August because I'm not a trend. I'm not average, right? There's just no way. So
talk to me a little bit about I want to dig into the private group, but first you have your private group for your team. So once you hit the rank of MMB, Monat says they encourage you to create your own way to communicate with your team, right? When you're a new market partner and you recruit one person, you have one person on your team, and then you get VIPs and then that's your team, right? That's your downline. And so Michele, I've known her before she did apps. Like she is a mom. She's not like she's not a millennial. And so she
a little bit older than y'all.
Yeah. Like, how do these apps work? Right. So like,
I was like, oh my gosh.
Very overwhelmed in the beginning. And so what we did is we made the business work for her. So I didn't tell her, get Viber, get all these things. Yes, she's on it now, but that's not how it started. And that's something I want you to think about. It's your business. It's no one else's business. It doesn't have to look like the person next to you or the person on Instagram that you follow. So we thought, what does Michelle's business look like? Who is the person she's trying to attract? You are who you attract, right? So Michelle has this really fun, amazing group of women. And they have so much fun on her team. Michelle, why don't you share a little bit about the culture of your team, how it breaks down? Like, we all need an Elisa. My Elisa is Ryan, right? But just kind of share a little bit about the culture of your team, and how you communicate with them, because you have a different way to communicate.
So there's 3 ways that I communicate. We have our Facebook group, and we have our private Facebook messaging, right? Which I think that's how you say that, right? But we also, when I have a dynamic team under Debbie Mason, it's with Flo. Flo's team is, oh, I'm sorry, she hit like MMB, like, I don't know, in 6 days, crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I have a private chat on my, text, because they're just like me. They're like, what do I do with Facebook? What do I do with Instagram? So we text. So that's my group, along with Share with Abundance, right? So I'm always trying to touch everybody and helping them achieve. So the thing is, so consistency is key. I want you guys to remember this. Consistency is key. Elisa, she's amazing. She needs to be an instructor with Monat. That's all I got to say. I'm throwing that out there, Elisa, but you can't leave my team. So the thing is, she will help and cheer everybody on and answer all the questions in our private Facebook group, because she knows during the day I am like jammed. And I love seeing everybody chime in, because I can see it, because it alerts me, and everybody's helping each other, and everybody's saying or asking questions like, what would you do here? And what would you do there? And it's all right there. Sometimes I move it over and copy and paste it and put it in the feed for the people who aren't the runners of the group, who don't want to be, seeing all that. I put it in the feed. And then and then you have Dolores. Dolores started, I was in Mexico, and I think I was doing it for about a year. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm having a margarita on the beach, kind of thing, right? And she was like, I need this. I'm sitting here with my sister, and we just signed her up. Both of those 2 gals who are my MMBs and soon to be MMs, I'm pushing that, I'm saying it because I can hear it and see it. And they signed up just because of everything that they saw on Facebook. It was a consistency thing. It wasn't me picking up the phone and saying, hey, Lisa, or hey, Dolores. They called or reached out to me because they see it. Yeah. And I would have to say 9 times out of 10 with my MPs, that's how it is because of the consistency.
So one of the things just that I noticed with your team specifically is your people. So you reach out to them how they need to be communicated with. A lot of people reach out to their people how they like. Like, if I like text, I'm going to text you. But maybe they need a phone call. Maybe they need that one-on-one going to coffee. And so what I like about so Michelle, she has her Facebook group for Share with Abundance, her private Facebook, like how we have Team Hair Envy and there's Team Babe. She has her Share with Abundance Facebook group, right? Because she hit the rank where she can build it. Then she has her private Facebook chat, and then she has leader text messages. So this is, I don't know if you guys watched the quarantine boot camp, but Krista Parney talked about this. And so did Christina Smallwood. When you are a market partner and you have someone that's a runner, like say that I sign up and I recruited Michelle, and Michelle isn't doing squat, but underneath her is Elisa, and underneath Elisa is Dolores. And maybe Elisa's not doing anything, but Dolores is. As a leader, it's my job. It's right to look down the line and see who's working the business. And so what Michelle, she's amazing in that respect, because she'll create a leader leg and start a text message thread and say, add all of your people. She'll tell every market partner, I'm here to help you leverage your business. Use me to help leverage your business. And so what I love about what she does is she will create these leader leg text messages, and then the whole team feels supported and loved on. So yes, you have your groups, but then you have this private group, and it makes that whole leg feel like so good. I have a couple other girls on my team that I do that with, and I have just their team in a leg. And any of you that are watching this, reach out to your upline and say, can I put all of my team on one text message? And as I grow, can I add them? Guarantee you your upline is going to say absolutely, because you have to remember, when you do well down here, they do well up here.
Right.
And Michele, can you share a little bit about, so we're going to talk about your Facebook page last, because I think that's like your secret sauce. Yeah.
But I also want to talk about two people on here, Pam
Yep.
and Michele. They reached out to, well, Pam ended up going to San Francisco with us, right? And then Michele reached out to me because she joined, I can't remember who you joined under, so sorry. But she lives right around the corner, like 20 minutes away. I don't care if who's upline, downline, whoever she's in, together everyone achieves more. And now I have a great relationship with Michele. Pam is now one of our transaction coordinators in Keller Williams.
Oh my gosh.
So it's amazing how we all just help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
well,
I appreciate
so
Michele.
We say this all the time. It's so much more than just shampoo. And I think, talk a little bit about, so I guess so when you post on your Instagram, or when you post on, because Michele has to do she can do an Instagram for Monat, but it's just Monat. Like, she has a
Right.
Monat Instagram page, and then she has a private Facebook page, and that's how she's built her business. The Instagram
I had a mind shift though, Rach. I had a mind shift. You called me, you're like, Michele, this is it. You need to go public. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't. So I thought, I'm doing it on Instagram. So I ended up hiring another company though to help me, because it's called leverage. You have to start leveraging when you're at this level. I'm a firm believer in that.
So tell me about the company you hired for your Instagram page.
Okay, it's called, I can't remember what it's called, but I can find out. I can't remember.
And I'll put it with the link.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys, you can look at her Instagram page. There's stories, there's posts. She had someone help her leverage so that she could have content for Monat. And this is not what she does with her Facebook page. This is just her Instagram page, but it's really well done. And this person's job is to create fresh content for Michele for Instagram. And
I grab it and I put it on my Facebook.
Exactly. So let's talk about, because you are really incredible about how you find content. So can you share, Michele, I want to know what your Instagram handle is.
I think it's just Michele Zaragoza. Elisa will know. Elisa, if you can help me out and just put that in the chat.
Yeah.
I love
Go too.
Okay, so let me back up because I saw another question. How have I gotten people into my Facebook group? I leveraged my name. And everybody who wasn't really associated with Keller Williams per se, I just added them, right? And after they started to know me and knew that I was very focused, and my agenda is my agenda during the day, and actually 24/7 it feels like with real estate, they know I can handle a lot, and so I would add them. There's only a few people who I haven't added just because out of sight, out of mind, it makes them feel better. My owner does know I do this. She actually became a market partner. However, it's better for her to close her eyes and let me just do my thing.
So so I want to be open about how you started. So you guys know we do virtual parties, and when we throw a virtual event, we don't just add people blindly in there. It is getting their buy-in, right? These were people, she created this Facebook group. It is called Monat with Michele, and she just added people. This was not a virtual party. This was just her big group. Yeah. She added everyone who she thought could be a market partner or would want to be interested in the product. And I don't remember, I think you're up to like 300 people in there or something like that.
It's almost 500 if I'm not mistaken. But I just closed my eyes. I'll be honest with you. One afternoon, I just thought, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I just started adding people left and right. I did. And so
for your virtual event, I want you guys to be very intentional. But after you throw your event, you guys can just, this your group. Like that's the reason why one of the big reasons I want to bring Michele on is I want you to take ownership of your group. No one is going to run this business for you. No one's going to create your content for you. This is your job. So you're going to have your private Facebook group that you had your party for, and now let the floodgates open. So go back through your Smart Start workbook, right? Add anybody who you think. You are now allowed to click the invite button and just add people in. But the thing is, they have to know what they're being added into. So Michele has a blend of what she does in her Facebook page. And I'm going to take you guys to her page so you can see how she does it and the content she puts in there. But Michele, why don't you start with waking up in the morning? What does your life look like with Monat? How do you find your content? Like, talk to us about that.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Alyssa, for doing that. My Instagram is public. I just block a few people. My Facebook is private, and I just don't add a few people, if that makes sense. Okay.
And what she's talking about right now, because there's a question, her Facebook group is, you can stay in if you're an MP, but this was prospects. It was her prospecting group for VIPs and market partners. Once they transfer to be a market partner, they can stay in her group because she'll always post stuff to share, but it was not a group for her market partners. This was her prospecting group. That's what we're talking about right now, is prospecting.
Share with Abundance is my MPs and my friends who are MPs with, my cross sisters, if you will, because I want them to succeed. We all succeed together. I'm a firm believer in that. So yeah. Okay. So I wake up every single morning at 4:30, believe it or not, because I am a runner. Well, I used to run half marathons. I don't do that anymore. However, I have a cup of coffee with my husband. I try to not to look at my phone or my computer. And then when he's out the door, that's when it hits. I look to see what Jenny Sanzo is posting. So Jenny is a director, and she's on the East Coast. So whatever she posts is relevant to us right now. So I would wait to see what she posts, if there's a flash sale going on or what's exciting, right? And then either I use it or I will look at Monat hair testimonies, right? So I will post, I would say testimony, and I would cut and paste. And that would be my post. I attempt to always post a before and after, and maybe like a product later on during the day. And then another before and after. What was that?
How many days a week are you posting in your group?
Every single day.
Yep.
Every single day. And if I don't, you better come and.
What was that? Not overthinking this. Like Jenny Sanzo has Team Fashionista. We have Team Hair Envy. Tony has Team Triumph. Like our uplines are there for us to leverage. So she will literally take the posts that they make and put them in the group. It's a private Facebook group. It's not going out to everyone. It's private. So you can literally take the post, copy paste, put it in there. The consistency is where she's been successful. She is consistently doing things. She's always adding people into her group, always adding. She's doing lives. You're doing giveaways. I mean, talk about
so hard, so out of my comfort zone. That was not me.
Yeah, talk about that.
Oh my gosh. When you first asked me to do a live, I was like, what? And then I started doing contests with my MPs, and then somebody called me out on it. Well, like, Michele, you don't do lives. I'm like, I don't, because I was so, I don't know, shy, embarrassed. I don't know what it is. I just wasn't confident in this. And then it was probably Lisa or Melissa pushing me out of my comfort zone. And I'm like, here I am. And now, quite honestly, this has supported me and helped me with Keller Williams. Because now I'm doing Zoom calls and doing interviews every single Monday. And so if you go on my YouTube channel for Michele Zaragoza, you can see what I do. I also have a YouTube channel for Share with Abundance. I know this is huge, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Well, and in the beginning, Ryan and I, every time she needed to do a Meet Monat, we would drive our butts to Tracy, to Lodi. We drove every time. And eventually she said, can you come? And I said, no, I'm not coming.
Okay, what?
You have to do this yourself. So this is the thing, right? First, I do it. Then we do it together. But eventually, to be successful, you have to do it. So we're going to take you guys in to show you.
Let's talk about that first one. That first one rocked. Elisa, Dolores, and I, and Melissa, we even had a cameraman. We did a huge video afterwards. It was so much fun, and it rocked. It just, again, go on my YouTube channel. And that was the very first one that we actually did solo, and it was so much. We even did the skin samples and the lotions and all this stuff. And again, out of my comfort zone.
So how do you identify, because you're always on the leaderboards for recruiting market partners and recruiting VIPs. How do you identify your people? Are they all in your private Facebook group? How are you you're constantly, I mean, you're texting me every single month with new market partners, and you've been doing this, you know, a few months less than me. Like, how are you constantly finding new people? Where are you finding them, and what are you saying to them?
So it's a script thing. So with Keller Williams, with real estate, it's all about scripts. So that's the beauty about this program, is that we have the Google Drive and we have scripts, and we also have you come up with scripts for us every now and then that's different from what's in the Google Drive. So I appreciate that. So I'm a firm believer, if you like something, you liked it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was, oh, you liked my post. Thank you so much. Are you interested in the product, or are you interested in the business?
Yep.
I
So
didn't give them.
she's not just looking for people who comment. She's looking at the likes. She's looking at the engagement. And every person who likes a post is saying, hey, I see you. I'm interested, but maybe I don't have the guts to ask you about it. So she'll go after them.
Yeah. And you know what, you guys? If they say no, trust me, it's a maybe. I was that one. So I know. That's the craziest thing, is I know. And so sometimes it is about the money, or sometimes it is they just don't know enough. And so you just have to ask clarifying questions. You have to dig deep. And that's what I do well in my business every single day. I don't sell real estate anymore. I've been licensed for, I think, 25 years. My agenda every single day is my agents, helping them push through their ceilings. Mm-hmm. So I know all about scripts. I know about asking more questions and digging deep and digging deep. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
Let's see. I'm looking at some of your notes.
So listen to this, you guys. My daughter sent me this. Dedication is the bridge that connects your goals to your results. That's big.
Yeah.
Dedication is the bridge that connects your goals to your results. I love that. Being dedicated may include posting often, keeping updated with your numbers, because you got to know your numbers, right? Finding any way you can level up and drive more success for you and your downline. Dedication equals results. And Alyssa knows this because she sees all the craziness that I do, you know? And the thing is, map it out, you guys. If you want I truly want you can obtain it. You can. You just have to map it out. You've got to see it. You got to visualize it.
What does that mean to you when you're mapping something out?
A step by step. So if I need, 2 MMPs and then MMBs and so forth, I plug in their names.
Good.
I plug in their names. And then if they're new people, I plug in their names and what the obstacles are. And that way I know what the obstacles are when I'm talking with them.
Their obstacle
on not moving forward.
Okay.
Right. And so you just overcome their obstacle with them. They need to self-discover it.
We were like on the 15th of the month, and this woman needed $10,000 in volume, and she makes it happen. But what's cool is I'm watching the way she communicates with her team, and she's constantly loving on them, reaching out individually. This woman is one of the best I've seen in recognition. She is always recognizing her people, right? People work harder for praises than raises. We learned that early on in this business. Everybody wants to feel special. Everybody wants to feel acknowledged. When they get their first VIP, she shouts it out on her team, right? Like, they're always feeling loved on and cared about. And people work with people they like, and they sign up with her because they know she's not going anywhere. She's been able to do this whole thing quietly. Like, it blows my mind. Now she has her Instagram page and she's starting to convert there. But would you be okay if we give you the share, control, and you can show them how your Facebook page looks?
Yes. And then I'm going to actually show you an app that when we were on our way to San Francisco, Lisa showed Dolores and I, and it's so funny. It's easy to do.
Sorry, that's a birth story.
What was that?
I went on the wrong page.
Okay, so I'm on it. I'm here.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to go.
Show them your Facebook page.
Yeah, I am. I don't know how that all oh, we're on Chrome. Wait, is this me or you? Okay, it's me. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so here's Share with Abundance.
Yep, this is her.
I don't know what this line is. What's this line?
No clue.
Okay, that's pretty. It's green. Okay, so everybody who becomes a market partner of mine or a friend of mine will, you know.
Hold on. So just, I want you guys to see what she does. So she has any training we put in our page, she puts in her page. She finds more trainings, you guys, in gold than anybody I know. She's always just sharing and giving. And then go ahead and scroll down.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, that green thing's gone. Okay.
Here's a quote.
Good.
And she's always just doing 31 people saw this, right? And then she'll engage with this. If nobody comments on it, she comments on her own post. Like, she will not let people not succeed. I mean, she is constantly adding things in here. She's one of the main people who post in here. But again, she is leading by example. You are who you attract. She wants to have amazing people on her team. So she's constantly showing what's possible.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important to also, I always say, you know, what activities are you going to do today? What activities are you going to do today that's going to produce the results that you want, right? You know, are you standing in your own way? There's a lot of people who stand in their own way.
Yeah, congrats on your VIP. Like, she's always watching, always watching. And then it's powerful to me because you're.
Am I going too fast?
No, you're doing great.
I even said that's
happy birthday. She's acknowledging someone's birthday. Like, this is when your team knows you care about them, they're much more likely to stay in the business because people want to feel a part of something.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to show them now? You just like to post, like you're not working right now. Okay. So why don't you go into your,
yes, Monat with Michele.
Monat with Michele page, and then show
guys,
them.
You need to belong to all of this, by the way. You need to belong to every single, you have to.
So go, yeah. I mean, those pages are so important. Her content she posts, you guys, it's all just taken from these pages, and it's in her, what the heck is that?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's all in her private group. So go ahead and scroll a little bit.
Okay. So there's 415 people in my group. I thought it was closer to 5. But so I think it's important to post this one. This is like my, I don't know what you call it. My, it's a pin post. It's an announcement. This one is amazing, the stylist, right? So I'm working on a stylist right now as we speak. So I'm very, I know what what do I want to say, Rachel?
Targeting a stylist, you post that and then you tag them in that video because you're like, you know, so it's one thing to just make a post, but say you're talking to someone about one, like what's her name? I think Joe did that. Joe Uruguayan. She just did it because she was talking to somebody who was saying they wanted more time. And a bunch of people kept saying their objection is they don't have enough time. They don't have enough time. So she did an Instagram live about how this business has given her more time. And then she tagged everybody she'd been talking to.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep. That is awesome. You guys, I don't even think like this is as work. I enjoy this. I think if I wasn't doing this, I'd be driving my leadership team crazy because I would have too much time on my hands. So. But
then she talks about how she's thinking big and what this has given her for her family. Remember, this is her prospecting page. So there's going to be you little fam.
My husband, Paul, 25 years. How many
trips have you gone on with Monat with Paul?
Bahamas, yep. Cancun, Ritz-Carlton, suite, all expense paid for my husband and myself. I earned Las Vegas twice, and I just earned where are we going in September, which I hope to God that we go.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Right.
So you know, and this all happened. The very first trip just happened. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't like I had to go. It just happened. I loved it.
So keep scrolling to show more what you're doing. So this
is my agent right here. So Josie. So of course I'm gonna go after Josie when, like, probably the next week or so.
Yep.
You know.
She commented.
Yeah, she commented. I don't know what
they might not all comment, but they're watching, right? So then
they are watching. So
these before and after testimonials, you guys, she is the most consistent person I know. She's always posting testimonials. And where do you get these testimonials, Michele?
Right here. We go to Monat Hair and Skincare Testimonial.
This is a
So
must for every single market partner, you guys.
you guys should all be in here. And I would put your VIPs in here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they can see it. And so last night, which I didn't share with you, Rachel, Sheila got another VIP last night. So I ended up doing it because I couldn't find Sheila. So I just helped her. And I went on here and I asked questions and I shared with the client.
And can you just show them on that top right side how it shows the different posts with the like based off the topic you need, you guys, popular topics, you can click on one of those and it pulls up 78 testimonials and stories about psoriasis or alopecia. Like there is never an excuse to not have a VIP or a market partner closed because of not having enough content. These pages are where you're going to find your content. You need content for your stories. You need content for your Facebook group. Like all she's doing is taking this information and repurposing it. And it's here. It's a public group. If they agree to post in Hair and Skin Testimonials, they agree to have they're giving their consent for it to be used.
And most of them even say, go ahead and share, you know,
Yeah.
something along them. But yeah. So I use this one. I use anybody who like Shelby's always, you know, Michelle, don't worry about it. You don't have to keep asking me, just use it. So I use Shelby's, you know, Shelby is pretty dynamic. There's just something about her, man. She's incredible.
She's wonderful.
And then of course there's Elisa. Elisa helps as well. She helps me with stories. Thank you, Jesus. And then I share it out with everybody. So once I get it, I share it with everybody.
And what's your platform you share? Because what I was thinking of doing is creating a Facebook page. And the only purpose of this page is that anyone on our team can use the content. So kind of like what you have, I would encourage them to, that it's going to be a hub where constantly we'll have content put in there. And then the team can pull it from there. I mean, it's not that I don't want them to work on their own. And yet I feel that you have a place that you share with everyone. Are you showing your phone now?
Yeah, I'm going to share you. I'm going to share. I'm getting so techy, Rachel. So
I know, I'm very impressed.
Thank you. So this is my phone, everybody. So sometimes people will ask me, you know, Michelle, how do I do this? Or how do I look up this? I just go and I record it. So there's a spot here. If I wasn't sharing it, you can record. It's right underneath the, right here. Right here. This is normally like a record button. So I record what I'm doing. Let's say if I wanted to show up a report and how to show different market partners or how to put your picture on your website. I do it this way and I just send it to them. It's a lot easier, right? So, okay, so here I am. So social media. So Elisa actually showed us this on our trip to San Francisco, and we missed our spot, our stop when we were. So we went a little bit further and had to get back on and go back because we were so into this. So this is reshare story. I swear to God, I don't know what I would do without this app. I wouldn't know what I would do without Elisa. So this is Elisa, you guys. The main brunette. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. So let's say I want this one. I'm going to hit it.
Granted, she has consent, you guys. She has consent to share the story.
Yeah, she does with me. So you would have to talk with her. But and options, right? So, and then you would hit Instagram link, I believe, and I just did it wrong. So we're going to hit post full story. And then it's thinking. And then it says go to Instagram. And then it'll say, you know, send to, and then you say share to your story. I already shared this, so I'm not going to share it again. So you would just hit share. Then you just have to pick, you know, each page that you want. And there you go, you guys. Social media marketing right here. That's them.
So AK Social House.
Okay, yeah. So AK Social House. So if you're interested, right, just text me or private Facebook me, and I will hook you up. Definitely, they're amazing. They do
with your Instagram content. I mean, this is the thing. Like, you all need to take ownership of your business, but where there's a will, there's a way. Michelle didn't know how to do Instagram, so she hired someone to help her, and now she's learning the apps. Like, she has that hashtag app. She uses different things, and she's self-taught because she wanted it bad enough that she made her goals bigger than her excuses. She wasn't willing to just Sit back. Show them your Instagram, not your
Yeah, I'm
not
trying to
your
get it.
Michelle one, but your other one.
Yeah, so this is it. Yes.
So they
So,
quotes for her, right?
mm-hmm.
But you've got to start somewhere. And you don't have excuses. And all of this stuff, Michelle and I are both very open. Anything we post, you can use.
Yeah.
We both are like happy to share, happy to contribute.
Yeah. I don't know what I would, it's fun, you guys. And the main reason why I do this is to help people. Is to help people with their hair. I mean, this has nothing to do with anything else. Obviously, I love the money, but that's just like secondary. And I love the trips, and I actually love my garb. But it's all the fun stuff that we do.
Yeah. Okay, and then so Share with Abundance is her team page, you guys.
Oh, you want me to go there? Oh, I think we have. I think we went there already.
Sorry?
I think we went to Share with Abundance already.
No, I know. I'm just there were a couple questions, so I'm just addressing those. So the Share with Abundance is her team page. Monat with Michelle is her prospecting page. So the prospecting page is where she's adding everybody in, but she also, like, I mean, I'm in there, like, she's so open to share, and it's like she puts content in there, and sometimes they take her content. I remember the first time I took your content, you were so excited. You were like, I'm doing something.
I made it, man. Okay.
Like all of your uplines, all of your cross lines, like as long as you have the permission, like I have people who reach out to me all the time and say, can I use that? I mean, I'm of the belief, like, yeah, you can use it. Like, I want to help people, right? But you have to build the relationship. You don't want to just reach out to someone who you've never spoken to and be like, can I share your story? Like, you worked really hard on that. Can I share it? You want to build relationships. It's no different having a relationship with somebody in Monat than it is if you're looking to have a new market partner. You're going to want to build the relationship with them, and then you want to see each other succeed.
Most definitely. And the thing is, everybody wants to see each other succeed in our group. Everybody helps with each other. Look at Elisa right now with the comments. She's helping me, and I would do anything for that woman. And let's just say if so-and-so needs the volume shampoo or the smoothing shampoo, we're always on there. Hey, do you have this? Do you have that? We help each other out. And it's nice to have leverage, you guys. There's no way you could do this all by yourself. I don't see how somebody could do this by yourself.
So Michelle, there's a question that came in. Are people DMing you from your private page rather than engaging? Somebody wants to make sure they understand your method. So when somebody reaches out to you, or are you watching for them to like a post, or like you have 415 people in your private group, but you hit with your private group. So how did you convert? Like, what did that process look like when you started to convert people?
So a lot of people do DM me. I mean, Elisa became a market partner without even talking to me. Mm-hmm. And now she's my MMB,
But she was following you in the group.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't even think she liked anything. I don't really remember. Well, wait, she was a VIP that turned into a market partner. And then Dolores just came to Share Monat party, and she bought biggest package, and it sat there for months, and now look at her,
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
We're gonna close out real quickly or in a minute here, but can you share with me what does your support for your team look like? How often are you checking in with them? When are you looking at your numbers?
Every single day I check in with them on Share with Abundance, every single day. And as far as numbers, I normally on the 15th, I always, shout out the scoreboard. However, for some weird reason, I kept on getting an error message this weekend and we were gone, but I'll do something probably tomorrow morning. And then I always check to see what's going on. Like people have been texting me all day long getting market partners. There's one, Flo, I believe, got a VIP and a market partner. So whenever she's doing something, I make sure her upline knows as well, because just in case she missed it. So I want to make sure she's aware.
So this is the idea, you guys. You have your first initial Facebook group because we did these virtual parties, but after you throw your virtual party, flood that sucker, add people in, post before and after pictures, do a contest in there, tag everybody that's in there. Like, this is your opportunity. This is your business. And Michele, you are such an amazing example of taking this opportunity and running with it. like, you didn't ask for permission. You just said, this is it, and I'm going after it. And you are paying for your kids' college tuitions. You are going on these luxury vacations with your husband. You ranked higher than I did, and you were at the Ritz. And I was like, hey, can I come over there? And they said no. We weren't allowed to go to her resort. She ranked higher.
Go to her resort.
But I mean, I just want to thank you so much for your time tonight and just pouring into our team and to your people. You are such an awesome leader. You're such a good friend of mine and Ryan's, and good auntie to baby Henry. And we appreciate you so much.
I adore you. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for your time tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.